I believe we have found one of the best combinations in Rush Royale right here, right now, okay? We're going to be playing with Cultist coupled with Riding Hood, okay? Riding Hood works as a perfect scrapper. It also brings in mana every single time you use it as scrapper. You can also use your Cultist for cleansing the edges to get a bunch of mana. I'm talking all about mana because it's super important for today's faction booster. And it just works cohesively, unbelievably well. So let's grab our coffee, let's grab our device, and let's head on down to Game by the Beach. Welcome back once again, fellas. We're going to be jumping right into a game here once again, bringing you a brand new deck. A deck that you probably have never seen, and a deck that I have just played for the very first time mere 20 minutes ago, and I think it's really, really cool. So we're continuing to learn. There's always that learning curve of how to play the new card. Riding Hood, right? And that goes for any card. Any new card that comes out, there's always mechanics that takes me a little while to figure out, longer than most, maybe, you might say, okay? To figure out realistically how to play the card, okay? First and foremost, I made a video recently on a guide to playing Riding Hood. I think 99% of the information in there was definitely useful, but there was one really key piece of information that I left out, which was the fact that you can use Riding Hood to move anywhere on the map. Look, boom. It doesn't matter where the card is that you're trying to absorb. It doesn't have to be next to it. It's not like Flicker. Shout out to the person in the comment that helped me out realizing that. But you can use that Riding Hood, that werewolf, to move anywhere on the map. So it's realistically much more similar to Scrapper than I even anticipated in the first place. It's very similar to Scrapper, except of course it doesn't level up your units. It just stacks Riding Hood and also gains mana. So that's why we have Priestess in here. We've got Dryad in here. We've got Harlequin in here. And of course, we've got Cultist. So Cultist is going to be our main damage dealer. Don't get me wrong, okay? It's still a Cultist deck. But you can use Werewolf, Riding Hood. I feel like the two are interchangeable. Pretty well. You can use it to absorb and stack on your Riding Hood while simultaneously stacking, absorbing for your Cultist. If I use my Riding Hood right here, and I go to that top right corner, you can see this is a replay, but I go to that top right corner, that's going to add a stack to my Cultist and get my Riding Hood from 7 to 8, which is pretty wild, okay? I got to work out the kinks here. I got to work out all the adjustments a little bit here, because without scrappering, you're not getting rank up, so it's a little bit slower to push your board along, but it's also harder to show because of this faction booster to where you have like no mana. Increases the mana received, except for killing monsters, which is where everybody receives mana, okay? So by 100%, killing monsters decreases the wave after wave 2 by 50%. I don't know why it goes away so quickly when there's a whole gosh darn book in the corner, but yeah, right? Long story short, we're getting a heck of a lot less mana from killing monsters. It says we get more mana from like cleansing and stuff, where I don't want to cleanse because I want to use my Riding Hood to absorb, so it's kind of a catch-22. But either way, fascinating, and this is only for the modifier today, right? So it's going to change tomorrow, and when this event is over, it's going to go away forever. So this deck could legitimately be really, really good. And we can get the one Riding Hood to a pretty high level and then just keep on using it to scrap the Cultist in the corner. If we don't need to cleanse, we don't need to, right? It's a really, really fascinating mode of playing this game, and something I've never played before. And there I go scrapping, you see, which got my werewolf to max, which is 9. And it also got another absorb for our Cultist. But remember, okay, if you guys are new to this channel or maybe you just forgot, since we are watching a replay here, we're going to do one replay, and then we're going to jump into a live game directly after this game. So make sure that you guys are staying tuned. But fellas, if you are enjoying this video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, like the video. If you're going to be making any in-game purchases, go on over through My Games and get a 10% discount on the Premium Pass by using code BEACH. Okay, there's a link in the description on where to go, as well as a link to a video explaining exactly how to do so. But if you're going to make any purchases, it's a no-brainer. Go in there, get the Premium Pass, Hero Tavern Pass, Platinum, Gold, whatever the heck you're going to do. And also use my code, and I really appreciate everybody that says kind things in that message whenever they use my code, or funny jokes or whatever. I read them and I love them. There's no way for me to like respond them unless I posted them somewhere. We're really appreciating anybody that uses my code. And if you guys are not going to make any in-game purchases, don't worry about it, because I don't make any in-game purchases typically. So don't worry. Okay, it's not a problem if you don't. And if you guys haven't already, go on over to my TikTok, hit that follow button. We are posting highlights and clips and funny moments over there, and I think you'll enjoy them. And it's also a really great way to show support for our channel. But here we go. Tribunal, we check out really quickly. You can see the lack of level ups. I don't really know if it's because of the booster so much, or if it's because of it's not Scrapper. You're not getting rank ups. I don't really know, to be honest. I think it's more the mana booster than anything. But like, we only have a rank 4 cultist in the middle, where I almost always am able to get him to a rank 5. Our Riding Hood's only a rank 2. We've only got one, and it's only a rank 2. So really not worth it. When the Riding Hoods turn to a pumpkin, it's actually kind of worthwhile, because you can't scrap with a Riding Hood another Riding Hood. But if it turns into a pumpkin, you can now scrap it. So that's kind of cool. You can see now my Riding Hood is active. We do have a Priestess over there. We've got a Cultist in the top corner. I should have cleansed that before anything happened. That's one thing I can get better at, okay? Because remember, cleansing is going to give you the most possible mana out of this game mode. We just got our Riding Hood to rank 4. I feel a little bit better about that now. And yeah, we should be in a little bit better of a spot. I'm also going to change my Dryads from so these are the talents I have on right here, which are right. I'm going to keep the Gift of the Nature, but I'm going to change Fairy of Rage to Fairy of Growth, because then it's essentially having a summoner in your deck while not having a summoner. Okay, if I ever have a fairy on a Dryad, I'm going to be able to just combine it with another Dryad, and I get another Dryad, another Dryad, another Dryad, right? So that's the way it's going to go, okay? 20 seconds. We got another Tribunal. He's having a tough time. Did we even look at his equipment? I mean, pretty good equipment. Not the best I've ever seen, but he's definitely having a tough time, and there is a GG. 3,400 crit. Okay, nothing to sneeze at. Okay, that's some pretty good account right there. Only a level 11 Blade Dancer. You can see right here, we did 51 million from our Cultist, 2.9 from our J, and we did about 6 million with our Riding Hood, most of which was at level 2 for that game, for almost the entirety of that game until the very end. So not the greatest showing in the world from Riding Hood, but I think it has some real potential. But that's only one game in the books. So let's jump into game number 2 here live and see how we do. Game number 2 underway. Here we go. Okay, we've made some of the necessary changes. We're now going up against a max Blade Dancer, but with slightly worse equipment. Okay, doesn't necessarily mean anything. This should be a battle either way. And let's actually do this, because again, cleansing is going to be of the utmost importance. Okay, we can do this. We can do that. That'll give us a little bit of mana. It'll give us a little bit of here we go. So let's go. I'll do this. I definitely want to try and push the issue with some cleansing a little bit more. Let's do this. I'm going to go here and here. Cleanse. And already I feel like we're rolling a little bit more. So anytime I get anything like this, if we get riding hoods, I'm pretty much just going to merge them out as soon as I can. Same thing with priestesses. I want to focus, because we have pumpkin, I want to get this guy to a 4 first. Okay. But after that, I'm going to try and get all of my rank 1 cultists that are a part of the T to be higher than a rank 1. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. We do have a cultist in a corner. Might as well absorb it. It's going to give us a bunch of mana. We're going to do that. We're going to merge those out as well. Let's see if we can find a couple more dryads here. That'd be nice. I'll just eat that. Give me a little bit of mana here. And yeah, I think that we are starting to understand this deck just a little bit more. And maybe we can start showcasing the power of this deck. If we can win, I'm going to level up a Dryad. Beautiful. Look at this. Boom. So now we can go here. And I'm going to go here. And that'll get that guy there. We can do another cleanse. We can keep pushing the issue once again. And look at this. Okay, we've got a rank 3 Dryad. Pretty shortly, we're going to get a rank 5 Dryad there. Oh. That's not what I wanted to do. Well, it kind of worked out. It gave us a Dryad. And it did give us a Cultist Absorb, technically. I should have just eaten it before it went all the way to a pumpkin. But whatever. We're just going to do this because this is actually going to get us right to a rank 5. We can do a cleanse. I'm going to try and really avoid... let's do another Dryad upgrade just to really try and push the issue a bit. So we're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to try and avoid eating cultists in corners until our board is really set up. Early on, we should really be focusing on cleansing to where when the game mode goes away, that shouldn't be a thing. It doesn't matter, right? We should focus a lot less on cleansing after the game mode than we are right here, right now. But one other thing we need to focus on is making sure our board is full. So our full T is safe right now. It's not going to get turned into a pumpkin. But we need a number of rank 1s so that these random cultists on the corners don't also get turned into rank 1s. These guys here, I am more than happy for the riding hoods that are rank 1 to turn into pumpkins, because them at rank 1 essentially are doing no good for me. We're at a rank 6 right now, which means we only need a couple more absorbs. And I think we're in a really good spot. A little priestess right there, which I do enjoy. Tribunal in 10 seconds. I guess that... Oh, we actually cleansed that. That was kind of cool. Little priestess right there. Little priestess right there. And we are now max. Okay. So let's go right here off the bat. We're almost at another T. I'm going to do a little tribunal. Let's merge down right here. I was going to see if we could find another... I'll go this way, actually. Another Harlequin is fine, I suppose. I'm looking for a couple of dryads. That's what I want. This guy is a cultist. We could do this. That might be the way to go because it'll just give us so much more mana. So let's do this now. Get that guy to a rank 4. Get him started. I'll come down here as well. Another cultist is fine. We'll do this. I could start eating some of these oddball ones. Let's just do that. It was going to turn into a pumpkin, so I might as well do that. It's actually another T, which is kind of funny. This guy got ranked down from a 4 to a 3, which is kind of brutal. We are at 14 absorbs for our cultist, which is pretty good. I'm trying to spam, but I don't have any mana to spam. Such a lack of mana, dude. They know that lack in mana is like the most frustrating thing, right? They realize that. I hope they realize that in the game, right? It's the most frustrating thing to have no mana, and they just made it so that every single time you queue into a game now, you got no mana. I don't understand it. But let's just keep on going. We got a couple of dryads here. We've got a riding hood at a rank 3, or rank 3 and a level 3, to be fair. Grandmaster in 5 seconds. Let's do a little back stretch. It's going to feel great. I'll just do that. Boom. We cleansed something. I don't even know what it was. No Grandmaster. Keep on filling our board. That feels good. Okay, so we can do that. We've got ourselves a cultist. We're almost at a second summon, so let's just wait until we can, just in case it's a... I'm just going to summon right there. We're going to go right over here. We've got a couple of priestesses, which is kind of nice, but there's no reason to do boop, 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 like all three together. There's no reason for that. So we're just going to kind of wait until my my werewolf runs out, and then we'll go back to absorbing it, waking it up, whatever you want to call it. Okay, we'll go right here. Boom, wake up. We'll level him up as well. Riding Hood just kind of chilling. We've got a couple of cultists over here. We're in a little bit of a lull right here, so maybe we'll take a load off. 700 to summon our next unit. There's the cultist we needed. We're going to cleanse that right away. We're going to get another one. I might as well level him up. Let's hit our J, even though we're not going to need to. And I might as well go here, wake him up, and get another absorb. We're at 18 out of the necessary 20 at this point, which I think is pretty solid. And I don't know. We should probably try and get our mans to rank 4. We're trying to show off Riding Hood after all, so I feel like it'd be worthwhile getting him to a rank 4. Anytime he slows up, I'll just wake him back up. We took out that Dryad, which kind of stinks. We'll do one more absorb here. It'll give us mana, it'll give us options. Let's do Priestess. Rank 2 over there. So this is where, I don't know. If it's a higher ranking and I'm cleansing it, is it more worthwhile? Not really sure. Another Priestess. Dark Priest coming soon. Let's just do this. We don't need any of that stuff. That'll be great, actually, because we'll be able to cleanse both of those and get a bunch of mana. That was nice. We'll do this. I'm going to come right down here. I'll eat that. Might as well. Now we can do a couple of Dryad. We just need one more Dryad to get... Oh, man. Well, now we need 2 more Dryad. We'll do this. We'll cleanse. That'll give us some mana. Give us some Dryads. Okay, here we go. So now we can at least get our mans back up to 4. We can get another cultist. Let's try and avoid any... that's fine, I guess. Oh. We could just do that. If it turned into a priestess, that'd be great. He's taking a hit. Oh, I should have eaten that before I had the chance. We'll just do that. We'll get a little priestess. Absorb. We'll max out our werewolf. He did take a hit, but then he worked all the way back, which is pretty incredible. Okay, let's just do this. I'm going to go here. We have that. We're going to cleanse. We still have one that is dark priested, but you guys can kind of see how this deck works now, certainly, right? I'm just going to go here. I'll eat that because it might as... Oh, man, it took away both my cultists. Oh! Alright, at least it cleansed what I wanted it to. Yeah, let's just... Oh, I can't eat it. Okay. So we lost a T here, which is kind of too bad. I can do that, though. And go here. And we can actually... Well... Almost. Okay, we got another Dark Priest that we're going to have to go up against. This guy, the rank 1 all the way that I'm actually close to pointing to right there, is the least of my worries. But I'd still rather, like right there, I don't want that to be cleansed, but what are you going to do? Okay, so we can at least do this. Cleanse all that stuff. Oh, this guy still needs a little work here. We can go here. Merge that out. Another cultist is great. We'll do this. So we need rank 1s on our boards. Don't forget that you need rank 1s in order to not have something that you're actually utilizing to get pumpkinified. Pumpkinified. Alright, so we're going to go there. That's fine. We'll do this. We're going to go there. I think we're activating our werewolf, our Riding Hood, pretty good as well. Hit him with a good game. Another 3,000 crit. Another Blade Dancer. Let's try and think. If I don't know how much we did. Did we get to the double bosses? Yeah, so we probably did, I don't know, like 300 million damage total? Do you think we did like at least 20 mil from our riding hood? Let's find out. Let's find out. That's a pretty good guess. 500 mil total, 20 mil from our riding hood. Is it worth it? I'll leave that up to you to decide. Again, remember, we're fighting a max blade dancer. We're playing with a max cultist. And the showcase, the spotlight card, is a level 7 riding hood. It has no business outputting any type of numbers that should be shocking or overpowered, right? But if we can get our riding hood up a couple of levels, I think that would make a huge difference. And it really coincides well with this deck. I think mechanics-wise, playstyle-wise, this deck is really, really cool. It's just going to come down to if riding hood is worth it to be in there and worth it to keep on trying to level him up and her up and get them to output damage, or if it would be more worthwhile to just throw in Scrapper, just throw in Trapper, just throw in anything else that ends with a apper, right? But fellas, that's going to be the end of this YouTube video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll check you guys out in tomorrow's video.